Next time you open your eyes, you'll be alone, without the darkness to protect you. Bondo, too. He'll abandon you to your fate. To hell with evil being necessary for order. You'll rot in a cell for the rest of your miserable life.
All that's left to do is clean this shit up.
Higashi's not dead, is he? I think I saw him breathe.
Yo, you might want to stay away from that. Pull it out any further, and it'll set off the bomb I planted.
What?
It could very well end up going off anyway. But that'll be up to me.
Oh, what the fuck? I can't keep track of how many times this guy has changed sides.
As long as Kawai's body exists, Kusumoto-san will never be free. So I'll make sure it's never found again. You guys might want to consider stepping out.
Kuwana, you can't do it.
But I can. This was always going to be the backup plan anyway. If you guys hadn't made it down here, I would have blown up both the body and Soma all in one shot. But still, if Soma dies, I'll never get to the one pulling the strings. And Kusumoto-san will never be free of these goddamn shackles.
Kusumoto-san needs to turn herself in. If she keeps trying to hide from all this, she'll be haunted by her past wherever she goes. You'd rather she carry those sins for the rest of her life, and all by herself. Because after today, you won't be there to help anymore. You have to leave. You'll disappear. From here on out, you'll need to live deep in the shadows.
If she turns herself in, she'd never be able to see Mitsuru again. Her son is finally awake, after 13 years in a coma. Does tearing them apart sound like justice to you?
I want nothing more than for everyone involved to get a happy ending. But still, if I turn my back on it now, Sawa-sensei's sacrifice becomes a footnote. That won't work. She can't say her piece without a voice. So if I don't raise mine for her, what justice prevails?
Fine. I'll just push the button. Everyone in here can be blown to hell.
Including you. Welcome
You
to
really
Stream to
gonna
Flora.
do that?
If you guys don't back off, then I will. Do you know how many people I've killed through the years?
Nah. But if you were really that kind of scum, we wouldn't have come down here. You wouldn't be the kind of person worth saving. This one is my fight, guys.
The way I see this, Tak, you and Kuwana both have your reasons. Something to consider. But between the both of you, is there really a right answer?
Well, I'm right. Not just because I'm the main character. Oh, final boss. Yeah, what a surprise! We're fighting Kuwana as the final boss. Who could have predicted? Also, Higashi really said it best when Kuwana just keeps switching sides. Like, he's our friend, sorta. Or not friend, but he's our ally, he's our enemy, etc. I understand. I knew from, like, the start that it was, like, a temporary alliance. The game even made that clear. Yo, Kuwana. He's probably gonna kill me. Not if I do this. Right in the kisser. Alright. Do a one of these. I'm gonna also use a foreigner. What is some ramen? Kaito's just watching. So sorry, everyone's just watching. Get your front row seats while they're hot. I'm gonna school you, Kuwana. I hated you since day one. Like, the second we met you, I was like, yep, this guy is bad, and like, there's something he's hiding, he's sus. I don't think the game really tried to hide it. I think it's like a self-aware, like, there's obviously something going on with him. I didn't like him since the first day we saw him. Ooh, okay. Got nothing on this Kuwana, I hate to tell you. No, I was gonna wall jump actually. No. How did that miss? I aimed right at him. Give me this last stamina in. I will. Oh wow, he got me with that? I thought I was doing the grab parry thing. Alright, all this food is for me. Literally every single drop. Yo, stop existing though. Nope. He missed. It's over, Kuwana. Let me combo you to death. No. Come at me. Let's do this. Get reversal, punk. No. Get back. Also, Kaito's saying there's no right answer. I guess to an extent, but like, I guess if we don't do what Kuwana wants and we follow Yagami's ideals, it's like, because Yagami's whole thing is like, he knows that the law is imperfect, but it'll get better. But Kuwana's just like, we have to take action now, basically. Like, oh, like, you know, the justice system sucks, and like, all this killing, Kuwana's like definitely in the wrong. I can see the flaws in Yagami's thinking, but I don't really see Yagami's answer as wrong, especially when compared to Kuwana's. I could see some flaws in it, sure, but I think it's definitely the better outcome, like it's not even close. Let me move. The game thought I was steamrolling you, so now it's throwing me under the bus. No, don't lose it the last second. Use everything. It's like the end. Oh, is that it? I think this should be the final time event. This music is much more like climatic and fitting of the game.
Let go.
Kusumoto-san. She shouldn't have to keep suffering. The truth, we put too much value on it. All it does is crush us.
That's not true. It's because the truth was being hidden. That's what led to Sawa-sensei's death, isn't it? Set Kusumoto free. It's time for all this to end. I mean, you've gotta already know. When justice breaks, someone's always gonna find a way to redefine it to suit themselves. And from that point of view, everything you do feels justified.
No, it does not.
That's why you're able to look past the sacrifice and the damage you cause.
No. I didn't want this.
I get that. But who decides what's wrong? Who gets to decide what's right? That's not us. Come on. Sawa-sensei died because you made the choice for her, and you took her truth. Who does that really serve? Tell me who. Why would you want that? The truth is all we have. When the law can't be fair, the truth becomes our last ray of hope. So please, Sawa-sensei's truth, don't take that from her. Kusumoto-san.
Kitakata-sensei!
I couldn't protect you. I couldn't even protect your secret.
Please lift up your eyes. I saw that picture you posted of Kawai's dead face. I took a hard look. This was the man I killed. I saw the pain in his repulsive face. I saw the consequences of my actions. Sawa-san never should have been dragged into this. I saw how I betrayed and abandoned you too.
Kusumoto-san.
I've been frightened ever since. I was scared Mitsuru would find out the truth. I was worried he would discover his mother was a monster. And for you as well, Sensei. You carried it for me. You clung to such a dark secret. I made you do this for so long. I never should have gone through with it. And I won't let you bear the burden of my mistake anymore. That's why I've decided. I'm going to turn myself in.
Okay, what about Mamiya? Does she get punished? That's all I care about.
I have some bad news for you, Mitsuru. Your mother won't be coming home for a while. It's not work. But I feel I should warn you. I'm going to be placing a burden on your shoulders. I'm so sorry. Mitsuru?
Please don't worry, Mom. If anything, I should be the one worrying about you.
Huh?
I could tell something was bothering you. You've been hiding a problem for a while, haven't you? I'm sure it's been hard. Especially considering what a burden I've been.
No. That's not it at all.
Don't worry, Mom. I more or less already know. In fact, let me tell you. I was doing physical therapy earlier, and I managed to take a few steps. For the first time in 13 years.
That's wonderful.
It didn't feel like much, really. But still, you know what the doctor said? That if I keep at it, I'll be able to stand on my own 2 feet. And then I'll be able to walk again pretty soon. When that time comes, I'll be there for you. It'll finally be my turn to support you. So please don't worry about me, Mom. Don't let me hold you back. Go do whatever it is you have to do. I'll be waiting.
I'm sorry, Mitsuru. Thank you.
Enter. I don't recall having an appointment with any prosecutors today.
Are you familiar with Kazuki Soma of RK? Public Security's inside man. He infiltrated the Kamurocho underworld on assignment. As you're aware, he got caught up in some illicit activity. You knew this, yet somehow his actions stayed off the record.
Whatever you're talking about, I have no idea, son.
Just so you know, Soma's been arrested by Kanagawa police. The investigation is ongoing. He's the prime suspect in the murder of Yoko Sawa in her Yokohama home. It's our suspicion that he was acting on the orders he received from you, and that would make you complicit in her death. You wanted to manipulate Reiko Kusumoto, and so you stooped to blackmail.
Let me guess why you're here. You want to put all of this out in the open?
If it means exposing the truth, certainly.
You want to burn down Japan? This is bigger than me. It could go all the way up the chain. People of power nationwide would be dragged into your scandal. And some of those people might even be the superiors cutting your paychecks.
Yep. But the bureaucracy isn't the monolith you think it is. The more political power you wield, the more enemies you have waiting in the shadows for the opportune moment to strike. We've met with them, and we have their full cooperation on this.
As a result, Soa-san's security footage has been recovered. It had mysteriously gone missing when the investigation was opened. Upon further review, Kazuki Soma is clearly visible in it. Who would have the authority to order that evidence to be locked away? That would be you, Bando-san.
For my part, I did the things I thought were necessary. I'm trying to maintain order. It's not hyperbole that I've saved us. My actions. So if you intend to drag me through the mud, I'll see you in court.
So we will. That said, we got this far because those detectives persevered. So I wouldn't expect the prosecution to drop the ball now.
You're telling me Soma's still at large and wasn't captured? You're pulling a Breath of Fire 4 kind of ending right now?
We only got this far because those detectives persevered? Huh? Oh, yeah? Wouldn't have expected that from Takano. Much less about Yagami.
Yes. But Mafuyu said she overheard it herself. He did really say it.
In the meantime, Ehara-san has been charged for Mikoshiba's murder, and Reiko Kusumoto for Shinya Kawai's death, too. Both of them are fully cooperating with the investigation.
Well, I suppose that ties everything up with a bow. Except for Kuwana.
Yes. Kuwana's still missing. He's the last of the loose ends.
So he is.
You think he's still out there? Would he risk his life to keep hunting down and killing bullies?
Well, I have my doubts about that.
You mean to tell me they didn't?
Yagami-san believes he can turn over a new leaf.
things never really change, do they? This place is still filthy.
Squeaky and clean isn't gonna work for everyone.
That's all a matter of taste. I'd say this place just has flavor.
You brought some snacks?
Yeah. We stopped at the convenience store around the corner on the way here.
Come on, Doc. It ought to be you treating the boys. Bring in some sushi to show them how generous you are.
Oh, should I now? Well, I'm already way ahead of you.
Yo! Did someone order some sushi? Only the best for you guys. Courtesy of Yagami Detective Agency.
So?
Good shit, man. You are a true gentleman. Huh? Hey, what the fuck? There's avocado on this shit. Where the hell did you get this
Avocado's
from?
amazing. What are you talking about?
Mikey, if you don't like it, you don't have to eat it. In fact, that just leaves more for me.
Fine. Then I get your umi and salmon roll.
Hey, save me the tamago. Long as I got my egg, I'm good.
Who goes for the egg?
I'll leave Kawai's body with you. The cops can have him. But then I'm out. I gotta disappear for a while. I'll fade back into the shadows.
Like hell, man. If he's arrested, public security would have his head. They'd charge him with the one murder he didn't commit.
He
Sal
committed.
Sensei wouldn't get the justice she deserves. And worse, they'd find a way to silence him.
Besides, you don't have any proof that I'm even guilty. Anything they could charge me for would never stick.
Just what are you getting at? You said yourself that you spent the last several years taking out bullies all over the country. That's gotta count for something.
I never left a single shred of evidence behind. So good luck. The cops and the prosecution would have nothing to go on. In a legal sense, all you guys can really do is stand there and watch me walk out of here. The law has never been very good about being flexible. The whole system is hollow. It can't judge who needs to be judged. It can't save who needs to be saved. I'll expose that. Every action I take serves that goal. As long as kids like Mitsuru continue to suffer out there, I'll do it for them. Even if it means I have to keep my hands dirty, I don't care.
He really is like Yagami.
Goodbye.
Really has that they have that same determination and resolve about two different goals.
You're right about one thing. The law is hollow. As it stands now, the system does fail people. All the same, the law evolves. We have to make it better. But it takes time, and the work is never done.
Exactly.
That's why, as long as the law lets people fall through the cracks, I'm gonna be there. Except, I won't do it anything like you.
We already know you're the one who snitched. You didn't think we'd find out?
Come on, don't you have anything to say? Huh? You owe us an answer, don't you?
I'm sorry. And there it is. I knew you were lying all along. You are a lying piece of shit, huh? What do you have to say for yourself?
You think your apologies are gonna cut it? You're in deep shit, girl, and that's not how this fucking works.
So look over here real quick. Say, I'm a bitch and a liar for the camera.
Do it, or it's gonna get a lot worse.
Wow, isn't this gross? What are they doing to that poor girl?
3 against 1? That's so freaking weak.
Pretty fucked up to gang up on her like that.
Who said that?
Shit. Hey, come on, move it.
You don't have to. You've got no reason to go with these guys.
What the hell? Mind your own business, assholes!
Do you really think we're the ones being assholes?
Yeah, that's pretty rude.
You guys gotta learn when it's time to give it a rest.
Who the hell are you guys?
Hey, you three. You need to leave. And stay away from that girl.
Terrible kids. I'm so glad someone finally stood up for that young lady.
I know. Aren't those Serio High students?
Hey, let's just go. Come on.
Okay, that's actually pretty neat.
Are you okay? I'm sorry. No, don't be. I'm sorry. Really. I just wish I had seen what was happening earlier. You'll be fine.
That's really nice, seeing them stand up for the other, for like bullies, especially like Akane, because Akane and that other guy were like
So to our breaking news,
kind of bullies
after an anonymous report,
in the early parts of the game.
Metropolitan Police have announced the discovery of 5 murder victims. Found in areas across the country, all 5 victims have evidently been deceased for several years. According to the anonymous tip, the common thread between these victims is that they were all at one time accused of malicious school bullying.
Wait, Mamiya died?
The police are working quickly to identify them, and an investigation task force is being launched immediately. This task force's first challenge will be to secure the cooperation of law enforcement across all of the prefectures involved.
You're just letting him walk away, huh? There it is. Lost Judgment. I gotta get the elephant out of the room. I don't really like this ending that much. I understand the game kind of made it seem like Yagami and Kuwana were more of rivals, and like they had similar, like they were similar but had completely different motives and ideals. But I don't like the idea of Kuwana not really getting punished. He's just like, I can understand like what Yagami does. Like Yagami like will not stop until he finds his sense of justice, and it's the same thing for Kuwana. I think that's like, I don't know. I think that's fine. I think that's cool in theory, but like I don't think Kuwana deserved that kind of ending. Because like Yagami, sure, Yagami's not perfect, the law isn't perfect, Kuwana isn't either, but like, I don't know, even if Kuwana means well and he wants to stop the bullying, it's like, he's had to kill so many people, and just to see him not get punished for that is like, I don't like that. This is a really good game. Really good game. I'm gonna give Lost Judgment a 7 out of 10. I think it's a really good game. I got some problems with it though. I really don't like that ending. The victims getting their punishment, I mean, we talked about it before. Death isn't really a punishment, it's more of an escape. So that's like, it was nice to see the high school students that were originally like bullies help out those newer generation people. That was nice. I like seeing these 5 together. Love that. Most of the ending was just very, I don't know, it felt a little, this is so funny. It felt a little hollow. I also like, I don't know. Yagami is one thing, but like the other characters started to like see Kuwana like, oh, maybe Kuwana had a point. I was just like, nah, bro, he doesn't. I think the biggest issue, right? The biggest issue is this game really tried with Kuwana. They wanted to really build Kuwana up. He was a foil to Yagami. He was similar to Yagami in the sense that like he always got things done, but just in a different way, like with killing, which is the opposite of Yagami. But he had the determination and resolve. The thing is, I don't really like Kuwana at the end of the day. I don't think Kuwana's like a super... I don't like him as a villain, honestly. It's weird, right? Because I think the game gave him focus. I think he's like... I don't know. I don't think he's bad in the sense of like, they didn't do anything with him. They did. I just don't really care about him. And the ending really relied on the fact that you care about Kuwana. But like, even if Kuwana wanted to stop bullying, like, I was never able to sympathize with his methods. I was never able to really feel it, you know? So, I don't know. I didn't really like Kuwana that much. And the game really tried. Like, they really tried to build him up. But I just didn't really like him all that much. Or care about him. It's, you know, unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? Lost Judgment, the story... Okay, no, we're gonna talk about the story in a bit. The gameplay in this game is really fun. It added some improvements from the first Judgment, like reversals, and it just feels a little more fluid than the first Judgment. That being said, I played on normal mode. I played Judgment on hard mode, and I got really annoyed. Maybe not really annoyed. I got a little annoyed, like with the late game bosses of hard mode Judgment. I played this game on normal mode, and there were some annoying boss fights. I think I just don't like the combat system as much as I thought I did. Like, even if they added stuff to the combat, I think still the combat is like, I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of it. It's not bad, but I'm not the biggest fan of the combat. There's a lot of little things adding up. Like, Lost Judgment didn't do enough to make the combat that much better. Like, I think I'd much rather play Judgment when it comes to the combat. Like, what Lost Judgment added was cool. I don't think it was enough to make it like, oh, it's above Judgment's combat. It was just like, I don't know. I think they made the game harder, but I don't like the combat that much, so I didn't really like that. A lot of bosses were more annoying. I think I got more annoyed fighting in this game compared to Judgment. That being said, I think the combat is still pretty fun. Like, you got Snake Style, which is really awesome. Like, Snake Style is a cool style to add. Like, I loved Crane and Tiger got some cool abilities added. Swapping between styles was a lot better. So there's a lot to like about the combat. I think the combat is, like, pretty good. But it has its moments of being annoying. Music is kind of like take it or leave it, aside from a few tracks. It reused a lot of music from Judgment, too, is another thing. I noticed a lot of times, which is fine. It's like a sequel in the same engine. So music is pretty good. Nothing crazy, but except that one track. Nothing crazy, but also not like bad. Characters are still as great as ever. The one thing about the characters, though, is this game doesn't really do... The middle of the game kind of suffers with using, like, Sugiura, Kaito, Tsukumo, and, Higashi. They all ended the game together. That was really nice. They had their moments, but I think in the middle game they kind of suffered with using them a bit. Like, they didn't use them as much. Mafio's, like, barely in this game. I like how Saori and Genda and Hoshino got some good screen time, too. Yagami's still a great protagonist and great character. This game didn't really do much to elevate him, though, to be honest. It kind of, like, retreaded common ground. Like, they had the whole, like, he was, like, a role model for the students in the early parts of the game. I really felt for him when Sawa died, though, I will say. When Sawa-sensei died, I did really feel for Yagami. But, I don't know. This game didn't really elevate Yagami. Like, he's still a great character. He didn't really do anything, like, new or innovative with him. If anything, I kind of hate his decision to let Kuwana just be out there. Because, like, Yagami believes that he'll turn over a new leaf, and, like, that's very in line for Yagami. But, I don't know, man. The idea of Kuwana getting away with so much murder and so many crimes is like, nah, I don't like that. I understand it's in character for Yagami, but I don't know, it wasn't the right choice, in my opinion. I don't think I liked it for the story and the ending. It's a big reason why I didn't like the ending. Also, I think my biggest, let's talk about the story, because the characters are great, but, like, you know, nothing, I don't know, it was great to see them all again. They didn't really do anything with the characters that was like, oh, they made them even better. Like, they were, like, established characters in Judgment, and it was just fun to see them again. And, you know, like, again, the middle game, I think, suffered with having things for them to do. Like, Kaito was out for, like, 3 to 4 chapters when he got injured again, and I was like, come on, are you kidding me? You're doing this again where Kaito's, like, severely injured? And, like, Sugiura kind of came and went, and he was there for the end of the game. And Higashi, like, didn't really come to, like, the halfway point, and then, like, again, didn't do much, and then the end of the game he came. But yeah, I don't know. Characters are great though. Characters are still great. It was still great to see them. Let's talk about the story. The story is like the thing I have the most opinions on. I think the story is like pretty good. I think it has a pretty good start of how it, you know, it brings you in. I think it has a pretty good start where it like starts with the murder and starts with the suicide, like, and everything. It has a really good start. Not much happens, but it's a really good start. And I think it's really good up until like chapter 7 or 8. How you get to see everything, and like they introduce Kuwana, and I'm like, oh, Kuwana's obviously bad, but you know, maybe they'll do something with him. Chapter 9 is a load of bull. Like, it's a load of nonsense. I think the writing gets kind of weak when it focuses on the accomplices that helped out Kuwana that were basically blackmailed. Now, I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea on paper. I just don't like the way they went about it. Like, they tried, when we were like questioning Yui Mamiya, I was like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, are they really trying to tell me that what this woman did wasn't like terrible? Like, she's the one who got herself in that like situation, evidently. And obviously what Kuwana did was bad too, recording without consent and all the killing he did. But like, she's just as terrible. And I don't think the game is necessarily trying to make you think they're not terrible. But I just didn't like the writing for that part of the game. And then the end of the game is like, I feel like there's pros and cons. On the one hand, the game's called Lost Judgment. I do like that it focuses a lot on people who don't believe in the law, and like the law turning a blind eye to like Mitsuru and Ihara's son, Mikashiba's death, etc. Like turning a blind eye to that, and people like getting involved, taking matters into their own hand. I think that's a good theme, and I think it mostly does well with that. And again, I like the idea of Kuwana and Yagami being a foil, but I just don't like Kuwana that much. I just can't like really, I can't really, again, in Judgment, I don't want to say sympathize, because in Judgment I couldn't sympathize with the villains either, but I don't think you're supposed to. I couldn't really sympathize, obviously, but I also couldn't really understand Kuwana's motives, like why, obviously he did it to prevent bullying, but like, why he went through such extremes for that. Also, Soma is lame. I think Soma's a lame villain. Like, such a nothing burger villain. Like, I really didn't understand what they were going for with Soma. Like, Soma kind of fell flat. He was a threat they showed, and like, oh, he could have been like interesting or something, but he wasn't. He was not interesting in the slightest. Like, I think they did Soma kind of poorly, or I just missed something with him. But regardless, I did not care. Like, not that I didn't care, but I didn't really think Soma was a good villain, basically. There was something else I wanted to say. But anyway, I think it does well with the themes of Lost Justice or Lost Judgment. I think it does well with that theme. Hey, look, 0 girlfriends. There's only 1 girlfriend in this game? Who is it? Who is it? Or do you get multiple options, but you can only date 1 girl? Maybe in Judgment it was like that too. I did 5 out of 42 side cases. I think all 5 of those were mandatory. School stories complete 10. 0 out of 10. What was I gonna say? Oh, and then like the stuff with like Reiko and like her son being in a coma, and like her killing Kawhi. Again, I understand why she did it. She did it for her son. But she, like, her whole thing of, like, I'm not gonna turn myself in, like, can you imagine, etc. I'm just like, nah, like, I don't, some of the characters are, like, some of them are so stupid, so stupid and dumb, and I'm just like, how could you be this dumb? There were a lot of times I was face palming. I wish I had face cam so I could show you guys. But there were a lot of times I was like, wow, are you kidding me? Like, are you, like, how could you be this stupid? I think the writing in the late game, like chapter 9 onward, the chapter 9 writing is terrible. I will take no arguments on that. Chapters like 10 to 13, I think it's ups and downs, right? Like, there's some really cool ideas, and I think they do stuff well. I liked Ihara's trial. That was fun. The whole trial with Ihara, that was really cool. I think they do stuff well with some of the themes represented and showing you how terrible some of the people are. I think some of it they do well. But some of the reasoning for, like, some of the people who did terrible stuff is a little lackluster. And I also do not like how the game is so insistent on Yagami and Kuwana being more like rivals than enemies. Because there was a part of the game where Kuwana, we formed like a truce with Kuwana, temporary truce. And then Kuwana was just like, nah, I don't care about you guys. I'm gonna just carry on with my motives. I'm just like, why are we trusting him? Like, why are we not thinking that Kuwana will just betray us at any point? I didn't like how the game did that either. I didn't like how it was very... It didn't feel like Kuwana was like our enemy at times. It kind of felt like... you know, we were more like rivals at times and not enemies. And I was just like, nah, bro. I didn't like that at all. Overall, though, I'm going on Backlogged right now to rate this game. I give Lost Judgment like a 7 out of 10. I do not think it's as good as the first game, and a big reason for that is the story. The story isn't weak in this game, to be clear. I think the story is like, despite my issues with it, and despite my little issues and problems with the story, I think the story is pretty good. Like, I think the story is pretty good. Like, it has a good start, chapter 1 to 7, or chapter 1 to 8. Chapter 1 to 8 has a good start. Chapter 9 is trash. Chapters 10 to 13 are like ups and downs. There's some good things in it, but there's also some stuff I don't like. Like, I think the story is pretty good, all things considered. But Judgment's story was like unrivaled, a masterpiece, immaculate. Like, it's not even close to the level of that, because in Judgment, like, I didn't sympathize with any of the villains, but I understood where they were coming from, and I understood why they did what they did. The writing was like top notch. There wasn't a single weak link in the writing, and I think the pacing was weird at times, sure, but I think that's the one thing Lost Judgment has over this game. I think the pacing is a little better because there aren't as many forced side cases as in Judgment. But yeah. Even still, because the writing was a little... It's kind of a tie, honestly, because on the one hand, there were 5 side cases forced in this game. There were probably like 8 to 10 in Judgment that were forced. And some of them were nice character moments, but other ones felt a little unnecessary, I'll admit. With this game, it's like, yeah, there are not as many side cases forced, but on the other hand, because the writing suffers in Chapter 9 and some of the late game, it kind of felt like the game dragged its feet, and the game is short. The game took me like 25 hours to do just the story. Because the writing was a little weak, it felt like the game dragged at times. I was just like, oh, could we get through this? But that was mostly attributed to the writing being really weak at times. But anyway, so I talked about the game on its own merits. It's a 7 out of 10 game. I think it's really good. It's a good sequel. It's a good sequel to Judgment. That being said, it doesn't always acknowledge the fact that it is a sequel. It very rarely brings that up. Like, I think it's a good sequel for sure. And as a game, I think it's also good. Like 7 out of 10 good. I think as a sequel, it's also pretty good. Now, comparing it to Judgment, again, the story is so much better in Judgment. The characters are like the same, but, you know, I can't really talk about that because it's like a continuous storyline. Gameplay is technically better in Lost Judgment. It's technically better in Lost Judgment. So I guess it's like a tie. Because the gameplay is better in Lost Judgment, but I got less annoyed in Judgment. Because I think this game on hard would have been miserable. I think the game is harder. Because I played Judgment on hard mode, and I really only got annoyed with boss fights in like chapter 11 onward. So I feel like gameplay is kind of a tie. It balances out. Music is also kind of a tie. So really, all it comes down to is the story, and I think the story is better in Judgment. So, yeah. We're not done. We're gonna do the Kaito DLC. The cycle is broken. Is it, though? Is it really broken? The what? The gauntlet. What? Is it really broken if Kuwana's still out there? 24 hours to finish, so just under 25. It's a good game. I enjoyed it. Like, I did enjoy this game, to be clear. And the story was pretty good. I just, like... Chapter 9 I didn't like, and also... The writing was weak at times, mostly in Chapter 9. But yeah. I don't know. I think Lost Judgment is it's a good game. It's a good game. I'm glad I played it. It's a good sequel to Judgment. Not perfect, but I think it's good. Okay, so here's the thing. We're like 3.5 hours in the stream. We are still going to do the DLC, for people wondering. I remembered about the Kaito DLC. I don't... It's like 6 to 8 hours. We are going to do it. I want to do it. I think it's like free, isn't it? It's included with the game, is it not? Yeah, it is. Look at this. Kaito Stories File Expansion, or Kaito Files Story Expansion. Play as the muscle of Yagami Detective Agency Masaharu Kaito. Ties up loose ends of his past in Kaito Files, brings his own primal focus detective techniques following the events of Lost Judgment, so it's a sequel to Lost Judgment. It takes place after the events. Kaito starts a lucrative case while Yagami's out of town that Oh, Yagami's not going to be in it. That's honestly fair. It's Kaito's time to shine. Unexpectedly has him searching for this old flame Mikiko along the... Okay. So it takes place after Lost Judgment. Oh, kitty. It takes place after Lost Judgment. I'm going to close out this video. We are going to do the Kaito Files, we will, but I hope you all enjoyed the main story of Lost Judgment. I recommend watching the DLC. It's supposed to be really good. It's story DLC, so it's supposed to be good, and it's supposed to focus on my boy Kaito, so... If you're not going to watch it, then I hope you enjoyed Lost Judgment. I'm not going to do, like, side quests and school stories. I'm sorry I didn't do, like, any of it, but... I remember when I started doing side content in the first Judgment, I knew the playthroughs weren't going to get much attention. Like, Judgment, I don't think a lot of people really enjoyed watching that playthrough, so I was just like, well, I have to make a sacrifice. I don't want to do all the side content and drag out the playthrough. So I was like, I'll do it on my own time. And playing Lost Judgment, like the first 2 streams, I knew the same thing was going to happen. So I was like, I'm not going to do them. Plus, I wanted to get the game done before FF Tactics released. And if I did it, I definitely wouldn't have. But, that being said, if you're on YouTube watching this playthrough, or if you're still in stream, let me know if you want to... If you would want to see the side quests and post-game in the future, because if enough people are interested, I'd consider doing it. I consider going back to it. Maybe not like right now, but I consider going back to do some of the side content, or at least the school stories. If people are interested, I'll consider doing it. Regardless, I'll either do it on my own, or if people are interested, I'll do it at the end. But I'll do it like at some point on stream. But that's the end of the main story of Lost Judgment. I will definitely see you all for the Kaito Files, if nothing else though. So, yeah, this has been Nova, signing off. Peace.